What's up? I'm Benedictus, all that good stuff. My day's going pretty good. Hopefully yours is. You can always leave a comment on that if you wish. I'm leveling my characters up to 90 at the point. But I figured I'd do a little bit of motivational poetry while I do it at the moment. Look beyond for what it is that happens to be the situation that you see that is within your current situation. If it is, you never see past it. How is it that you can outlast it and get for what it is you wish out of it? If it is you're too concerned and you cannot find your way out of it, what is the result you wish to see? That is where your attention should be. Not for what the problem you currently see. If it were that you were to take a math problem of any kind or any such thing as this, and stare at it, and do nothing, do you accomplish anything when you do this? Same thing can be applied amongst your life. Do you look beyond, or do you stare upon the problem and do not solve for what it is, the solution to your problem? You cannot solve for a better result. If it is, you do not even start to solve to get that result. Look beyond for what you see now. Look at it for what it could be later, not now. For if you do such a thing as this, you do not get for what you could get out of whatever it is that happens to be this. How could it be that a ship could leave its port if it never knows the direction that it will leave and go once it leaves its port? Would it be a wise captain to do such a thing as this? To leave the port without knowing such things as this? How could it be you could leave your port if you do not even have something plotted to where you will go once you leave your port? Look beyond for what it is that happens to be the problem. That is the only way you find the solution to for what is your problem. If you never look beyond, then you never get for what could be there, because you look behind and you cannot see for what is there. Look beyond for what it is that you currently face. That is the only way to get for what you wish to get upon this place. If you're too focused upon what has happened, then how can it be you can get the result like you wish it to happen? You cannot drive a car looking in the rearview mirror. Then why in your life are you continuing to look in the rearview mirror? Look beyond for what? Look for the hope And whatever it is that happens to be. Not for what tragedy or other things you see. For no progress amongst these things. But look beyond, then you might be surprised upon what you see. If you were to only pay attention and know what it is you wish to see. Look beyond for what might be the bad. Otherwise, how can you get anything other than what it is that you currently see that happens to be that bad? Look beyond for what you think might be. Look beyond for what is, for in truth, the possibility. Not the worst situation amongst these. For no progress is made amongst situations that are treated like these. But to look beyond, you get farther than what it was you were before. How can you take steps forward if you do not even have your gaze looking forward? Beyond is where it is you need to look. No matter what stands in your way and tries to stop you from what it is that you wish to look. The only way you can accomplish is if you at least have a general plan of what you wish to accomplish. The bigger they are, the better. That way you have something that makes you strive through the weather. Gives you something that betters yourself. Instead of showing for what is less than the better self. But to look beyond, very few happen to do this. Maybe that's why only 2% happen to do such things as this. But here's the part that makes it funny and ironic. You go to your 9 to 5. This is the part that's ironic. They do for what it is that is your job. They look beyond when you do not choose to do your own job. So, no matter for if it is you wish to or not, someone looks beyond, even if they do it for you in this spot. So, why not just do it for yourself? Instead of outsourcing and being unhappy for what result you have another do for yourself. Never plot for where it is you wish to land amongst that land that is the plot. Someone else will if you do not. But will you be happy for where it is that they, for your life, they plot? Or will you be disappointed every time you are upon that spot? Look beyond for yourself. Maybe at some point, you continue to do this. No longer will you have to work for another in this spot. But look beyond for what it is that you know you can accomplish. For even more things doing this can you accomplish. If it is something that you know for a fact you can do, why not raise the bar and show the true, authentic you? For if you do not, you sell yourself short. And then you wonder why you complain about why you are so short. Look beyond and you can accomplish. But first, you must at least know a general idea of what you wish to accomplish. If it is you do not, then someone else will choose it for you. Regardless, if it is you like, they choose it for you. So what will it be? Will it be that you will be happy because you do the job that was originally allotted for you? Or every day of your life, another person's goals you do? Which of these, looking beyond, do you wish to be you? The choice is yours. You're the one that decides. So look beyond and ensure you're the one that decides. Not one that was never meant to do such a job. One that was and is doing for what is, in truth, your job. But look beyond, even amongst for what is your problem. There's always a solution, no matter the problem. If it is you never look beyond, then how could you know what is out there waiting beyond? If it were you were to never reach for what it is that is this beyond, how could it be that you would know if you were not looking beyond? Only when it is that you choose can this be. Doesn't mean that it will be easy. Doesn't mean it will not be difficult. Doesn't mean you will like for what is difficult. For many do not. But the question is, who will decide what you do in this spot? Will it be you or another? Do you look beyond, or for you, is there another that does it in your stead? Because you choose not to do it, they are allowed to do it in your stead. Even amongst for what you see amongst your problems. Even beyond for working for yourself and other such things as this. If you do not look beyond for what is the problem, that is this, it decides for what you get in the end result, that is this. Are you the ruler of your life, or are you not? Are you one that wishes to prosper, or do you not? Do you wish to have a life that is overflowing with joy and all such things? Looking beyond, how do you think you achieve these such things? By looking upon your problem that is in front of you now. What does that do? Besides, put you in a place that is now. When it is that you could be, and for what is tomorrow. Or a little past for what is the situation that is now, but not tomorrow. You must know for what it is you wish. You must know for whatever you're facing now. What do you want from this? Are you willing to do for what is the required action? To get for what is the result of that action? Are you not? If you're looking beyond, then that is the question not. If it is that you are not, why are you caught up in the present, not looking for what is, beyond for what is, your situation and the present? If you happen to be in a bad situation, the only way is that you look for an exit to that situation. Is it not? Then are you looking beyond, or are you paying attention to the wrong thing? For if it is only your problems that you happen to have seen, not looking beyond for what is the solution, how can it be if you're stuck, not looking for the situation that causes the solution? Then how can it be that you can get to that solution? Even if it is something that is dire, no matter for what, all you must do is aim higher. You cannot expect results if you do not inspire. How can it be that you wish to do amongst a field, but you are not willing to do for what is the standard amongst that field? How could it be that you wish to be with another, if it is that you don't even spend time with who it is that other? Look beyond for what it is and what it is at that point you wish to have. And do for what is required for these things to have. If it is, you do not. These are things you cannot achieve. For your body, mind, and spirit do not know what you wish to achieve. But even amongst looking beyond, you still have to be within proper positioning and posture to be for where is that beyond. Must be willing to put in the work to get to where it is that is the end result. That is the looking beyond. Your objective and the end result. If it is these things you do not know, then how can it be for these things you're disappointed about? Can you go? Cannot go somewhere you do not know for where it is. Cannot get there. If you do not leave and go for where it is. Look beyond for whatever this issue that you might have is. If it's one that's bad enough you cannot handle, then find one that is able to help you as it is that you cannot handle. You must do for what is required to be where it is that you wish to be and acquire. You cannot expect to be the best or get for what you wish amongst the happiness, these things you wish, if you're not willing to do for what is required to get for what is the end result that is this. That is an impossible thing if you do not even know for what is the definition of that such thing. But if it is that you can describe it, and you know what is required to be able to draw and describe it, then your pen and paper become your catalyst. The drawing of what you wish becomes as well the catalyst. For the picture that you paint amongst in your mind shows for what you wish to have when you reach the end of that line. But must be looking beyond. And your actions are the paintbrush or the pen and paper. As far as what it is that is the final result that is written or drawn upon the paper. So looking beyond for what it is that you are now in your situation. What is the result you wish to have? Past now. Do you know for what is required to get that end result that you wish to acquire? You cannot plot a course and never allow your ship to leave its port. You can never read a comic book if there is no pictures that make it into for what is a comic book. You can never read a novel if the paper and pen has never met. Hard to achieve something if you do not even know for what it is you wish to get. Looking beyond for what is your current situation. Can you even know or describe what you wish out of this current situation? Or are these things you know not? Upon what it is that you wish to have, do you prove you do or do you not? If you do nothing, it remains the same. No matter. For if you look beyond or not, there must be actions to get to that spot. If there are not, then what's the point of looking beyond in that spot? Are you willing? Are you not? Your current situation, your actions prove if you are or you are not. No matter if it is you think you cannot get out of whatever situation, shed yourself of that doubt. It is what it is that you happen to deem it. If you say you cannot do something, then that is what you deem it. If you have a situation and you choose to do nothing, then the result is shown that you have done nothing. But if it is, you at least try. Then how much can you say that you have done? How much can you say that the mountain had to run? Or are you one that hides amongst the shadow? Because you are too scared to face the mountain, so you must stay in the shadow. Whatever that mountain happens to be, you either rise above it and make it move, or you will be amongst its shadow because you chose to not tell it to move. So look beyond and see past. Or the situation that you have. If it's bad, it will last. But you're the only one that can change that. So why would it be that you would accept such things as that? Look beyond for what you see, that is that. And so that I may explain what I mean. If you focus only upon that, do you see the solution? Or do you not? Looking beyond is looking for the solution of. If you're looking at the problem, complaining about it, how can you see what is the solution, even if it's staring you right in the face? You almost act as if it's not in that place. For you are the one that chooses if it is or not. For at that point, you either tell it to move or you do not. So your situation, do you wish it to remain the same? Or will you look past it to see the solution that makes it to where it is not the same as what it would be if it were you were to do nothing? You're the one that chooses if you do something. And this is a simple task that any can do. Ones that have very good problem solving, this is what they do. Ones that do not and crack under pressure, you do not look beyond. That is why you crack under this pressure. For you are too focused upon for what is the problem. You are like one that just stares upon a math problem and does nothing to do for what is to solve it. You cannot answer an equation if you don't even try to solve it. So amongst your problem, what's the equation that equals a better result than if it were you were to do nothing? Figure that out and do something. Or it remains the same. And upon your issue, you are just looking at a problem and choosing not to solve. And you wonder why you do not get for what it is that you wish to get. Because you do not put in the problem solving to get for what it is you wish to get. But look beyond. And anything is possible when you look beyond. Because if you pay attention too much for what is going on, that is a negative situation, you do not see the openings to change that situation. If you never take the time to notice, then why would it be your situation would notice or change to what it is you wish to have upon the result that you know you wish to have? You know it in your heart of hearts. Then why do you not look beyond and get that far? Why do you just leave it be? Why do you not let for what is, what you actually wish to see, actually become for what is and is the only thing that can be? Why, when it is the mountain stands before you, you choose to stand amongst its shadow when it stands before you? Why do you not make it move to where the shadow is no longer around you? And it does not cast such things upon you. Look beyond for whatever it is that goes on around you. Because if you don't, you might be missing out on opportunities just because you don't. You ever have one of those situations where you know it was a bad situation, but you chose to do nothing, and then later on you found out there was something else going on that if you would have acted, it would have made that whole situation better? You ever have a circumstance like that? If you were looking beyond, you would not be thinking because you would have done that. Because you would have been able to see it when it was the time you were to see it. But because you were focused too much upon the problem, you could not see the solution because your eyes were on the problem, not for what was to solve it. So look beyond no matter what your problem is, and you can solve it. But you must know that it is only temporary. For it is like the wind that comes and goes, it is temporary. Or like a storm that happens to pass. Cannot upon every day a storm happen to pass. It is either coming or going. Just as your situations, they are always coming and going. But in your problems, if you never look past, then how long do these storms and wind last? Is it that amongst when the leaf happens to fall? Is it that it is carried by the wind because you did not see it fall? So looking beyond, are these things you do in your day-to-day? Whatever your objective is, you try to find out for what you need to do to accomplish these such things? Or do you just do nothing about these such things? Looking beyond is not easy to do. No matter the situation or problem, many just get too caught up amongst the problem to even notice the solution is right there in front of them. Until it's too late, and at some point, they look back upon the situation, and they see the solution was right there in the middle of the situation. When all you had to do was look beyond for what it is that you happen to see. As far as the problem or situation that stands before you that you happen to see. If you do nothing, then what result do you see? Is it something that these things you wish to be? Or do you wish to have the best and possible life you could have? But you do not look beyond for what it is in truth you could have. No matter happiness or other things. Look past for what is the problem, which is amongst the most trivial of things. Because if it is that you do not, then how can you get what you wish instead of being caught in something that you do not wish? As far as the portrait that happens to be the end result that you happen to see now from a situation that was sooner than what it is that is defined as now. Do you wish that to happen amongst your situations now? Then what portrait will you start to paint now? Look beyond for what it is you actually wish. Do for what is required. And you can achieve whatever it is that is this. Granted, it may not be easy. Some of the things that are worth the most are things that are not easy. But the fact of the matter is, if you do not, when you go to your 9 to 5, they will paint the portrait of what they wish you to do. Because it is something that you, yourself, refuse to do. I'm back, all that stuff. I gotta readjust this because every time I gotta move the thing or whatever. So looking forward, when it is that you happen to be for what it is that is your lane amongst this race, that is life. How can it be that you can run the race if you do not know for where the lines are that guide for where it is you wish to be in your life? How can you run the race if it is you do not even know for where to start and end the race? How can you accomplish if you do not know for what and when you wish to accomplish? Okay, where is this guy at? So how amongst can it be that you could stay amongst your lane if you do not know for what is the outline of the lane that is the race? How could you know for when if you do not know the place? How could it be that you could prosper if you do not even have a plan for where amongst that race you wish to prosper? How can it be one that is blind? How could they know for where they are amongst this line? How could it be they would know upon where they were at if they do not have the eyes to see for where it is that they are at? How could it be that one could know that they had heard if they had not had the ears to be able to have heard? How can you say that you are truthfully happy if you do not look beyond to know for what is and define for what is that makes you happy? So looking forward, gotta put your blinders on as it is you're looking forward. But then again, you still must know amongst where is the lane that you are the one that is supposed to set for where you wish your life to go. That is your lane. If you do nothing, will it be that you wander around? Will it be that when it is at that point you are lost? Until then, are you not found? Or are you? Cannot be defined as found if you do not know for what is sky, ocean, or ground. Cannot know for where. Cannot be one that is lost or found if you do not even know for what is the definition to be lost or found. Cannot be one that knows for where you wish to be if it is you do not look beyond for where it is you happen to be. What in your life do you wish to see? Will you just lay there and let your situation be? for what it is. With no effort, this is what you see. A life that is not abundant. One that is not overflowing because it is abundant. One that many blessings are lost. For you are one that has no vision, so you do not know for what you have lost. How can it be you could be found if you do not even know for what is the lane to be able to be found? How could it be that you could be fully fulfilled if you do not even have a plan for what you wish to be fulfilled? Looking beyond. That is the only way to get past this and beyond. If not, you are one that wanders without a path. You are one that is permanently lost because you have not chosen your path. No different than amongst the 40 years in the desert, except for you, it is more than 40 years amongst the desert. It is until you choose for what is your path, because you wander amongst the desert, because you have not chosen for what is your path. No matter situation or what you wish to do in your life, it is true until you decide what you wish to have in your life, or amongst such decision. But then actions are required to get for what is your decision. Otherwise, these are things you cannot achieve. Must look beyond for what, where, and how you wish to achieve. But now the question is, how could it be that you do such things? By taking the action to make such things to be seen. By dedicating for what it is that you wish to see now, in the situation that happens to be now. Cannot change your life without the decision and then the actions that follow such decision. You also must be persistent. Some things do not show up right away. You must be consistent. But to look beyond is the first step. And then to act for what is beyond. What it is you see is the next. With expected actions is what you do amongst this next. Or if it is amongst this time you have chosen your path, then stay steady and true to for what is your path. Stay amongst your lane, for you can see where it is. Do for what is required, for what you wish, and for what it is. Otherwise, you cannot achieve, for you do not do for what you look beyond and know for what is required to achieve. What is your desire for what you wish your life to be? Do you know these such things? The only way for these such things is for you to know and then take the actions that are required to show for what it is that you wish to acquire. You cannot expect results if no actions are put in. Doesn't mean it will be easy from the start to the end.
Your struggle is futile.
To save Steve, I'll kill you as many times as I have.
But the question is, amongst this, are you willing to fight for whatever it is that is this? If it is that you are not, the proof of that will be your actions not. If it is that you are, then there is only one result. You go and do for whatever it is, no matter for how far. To do anything less, you are choosing to have a life that is less. Many may be happy with such things as this. But when you feel that disappointment that happens to grow, you cannot say you said yes. You have to say you said no. You must be honest with yourself first. So go ahead and try to tell yourself that lie first. Because you're the one that has to believe it first. Not looking beyond. You may not deal with it at first, but later in life, you will regret. For effort hardly weighs any. But that regret, it weighs tons and tons. And sometimes even more and many. Depending upon how important it was to you. But with your actions, you proved it was not important to you. Even if it's hard, would you rather say you put in the effort? Or when you are upon your deathbed, what will it be that you regret while you're laying in that bed? If it is, you even get the chance for that. Would you rather just do for what you need to and not have the chance for such things as that? Or are you one that happens to be conquered by fear? Instead of using it as something that can get you beyond for what is here, you allow it to stop you for where it is you are. Are you afraid of failing? By not trying, by default, you're one that's failing. So either you try and you stumble, or at the end of your life, you cry because you chose that you did not stand or stumble. Look beyond for what it is that happens to be now. Because you do not even know how much longer you have other than now. Looking beyond. If it were that the self that is you came from a time that was beyond you, what would it be that they would tell you? If it were that everything you chose not to do that would have been good for what you would choose to do, what would they tell you about what it is you do now? Would it be that they would be disappointed? Or would it be that they would be happy for what it is you do now? Good question to ask yourself. What would you say to yourself in 10 years? About what it is you're doing now? Would it be that they would be proud? Would it be that they would not? What if it was your most closest family member doing that, and you were not? Looking beyond, what would it be that they would say about what you do upon this day? Looking beyond, you must know for what you wish to achieve, or the person that you wish to be. No matter if it's personal or anything other. How could you settle for anything less than the best? If you refuse to do such things as this, by default, that is what you do when you do this. But how can it be that you could achieve? You must be persistent, no matter for what is the result you see. Must know for what is your limit of patience. Push past for what it is that happens to be your current patience. Know for what it is you wish your life to be. Almost as if you can draw a portrait of what you wish it to be. Take the proper steps to make sure it's drawn and colored right. If it is, at the moment, you're not quite strong enough for the fight, you must find one that can aid. When it is upon this point, you need such aid. But either way, you must take the steps. For after all, for you, they cannot take the steps. No matter if it is you wish them to or not. But the one that helps. When it is you happen to need to lean. Maybe looking beyond is how it is. They know how it can be. If it were that you were to just believe. But you must know for what is and how you wish your life to look. Must draw the lines in the lane so you can tell if you're in it when you look. How can you run a race if you do not even know the lines that outline the race? How can it be that you can be in a prosperous place if you do not even know I can describe such place? How could it be that you could know what would make you happy if you do not even paint the portrait so you may know when you have reached such things that would be defined as you being happy? How could it be that you could write the story of your life if you never pick up the pen and start to write? So looking beyond, can you tell if you've reached it and it is right? If you do not look beyond, how do you know if it's right? How could it be that you could lean if it was? They had no idea where you wish to go, so they can help you to be for where you need to be as it is you happen to lean. How could it be one could carry you if they do not even know the direction that they need to carry you? Looking beyond for what it is that is now. Where, in 10 years from now, do you wish to be? Where in a year? Where in 2? If you cannot answer that, someone else will for you. Wish to know who? The one that when you go to your 9 to 5. The one that supervises you. So, amongst your life, in your decisions, are you the one that runs your life? Or do you have a supervisor? Not looking beyond? Who's the supervisor? Hmm? Look beyond and you can accomplish. For in your life, whatever it is you wish to accomplish. But if you do not plan for what it is that you may not be promised, how can you get blessings and other things that were promised? How could it be that you could know that you were happy if you do not even know the blueprints that prove upon the fact you are happy? How could it be that you could know for where everything must be if you do not have a blueprint of what it is you wish to see? How could you know that it was complete if you did not have these such things? So looking beyond, are these things that you happen to do? Or are you one that's disappointed when certain things happen to you? Do you complain all the time? More than likely, statistically speaking, you are one that does not have a blueprint. You do not know upon what lane. You are one that walks around blindly every day, without a plan upon for what is your life, and yet you do not understand why you're disappointed about your life. So moving forward, after it is, you're looking beyond that happens to be forward. What would it be that you would have to do different to be for what it is that is not now that you wish to be different? Or do you wish it to remain the same? And then blame someone else, as it is you choose to complain, when you were the one that remained, did not look forward, did not peer for what it is that you wish to be, moving forward. But looking beyond, it's not that hard. It really isn't, if you really must know. You make a plan for your life, and you go. You set a course upon for what is your ship. You know for where it is you wish to land, and you have accomplished, so you can board the land that you've already decided upon the plan that allowed your ship to leave because you decided. But if you never look forward, your ship remains in the dock because you never chose upon the fact where it would be that you wish to land, so you could not leave the dock. Lost upon what it is you wish to do. Don't even know for what is the end result that is wished by you. It's kind of sad many people have done this to themselves. They don't even know why it is that disappointment happens to grow. Why, no matter for how their life happens to go, they seem unhappy, and for whatever reason, they do not know why these feelings happen to grow. Why they feel as if they've got nowhere, not realizing it was because they chose to go nowhere. Or many choosing not to act because they expect another for them to act. But how could it be that you could walk beside and be carried when you're too weak to walk beside, if no plot of where it is you wish to be was distinguished between the two of where you wish to be? Good looking beyond. Many do not even consider what it is they could be, because these things they never consider. Many just mope around and do nothing, when all they have to do is plot a course and do something. That feeling unhappy, do you realize what that is? That is your body telling you that you are doing something within your heart of hearts that you know you should not. Or you know that there's more to what it is that within your plot of where you wish to be, you're just too afraid to try to make it be. But it's also to urge for where it is that you must go. You ever hear of fight or flight response? Your spirit and mind, your spirit definitely knows. Your mind may not, but for sure, the feelings you get proves upon the fact your body knows and wishes for you to as well. Trying to lead you to where it is that within your heart of hearts you know you wish to go. And until you act, it remains the same. Because it was put there to remind you someday. That you know within your heart of hearts that that is not what you in truth wish to have. That feeling of sadness and disappointment. Do you know how it is you can deal with that disappointment? Do for what it is that your body is trying to alert you. It was designed and stitched within you. The very thing that I continue to try to push out. To remind you that there are things that you can only do. Even if it is that it has not been decided by you, your body still knows. It's just trying to let you in on the clue that it already knows for what it is you are to do. So looking forward, maybe you should pay attention to the signals that your body is giving you to help you to move forward. How can it be that you could run the race if it was you did not know for what was the lanes that make the race? Apparently your brain does not, but something else does in this spot. So looking beyond, do you even know what is beyond? Or is it that you do not? Do you plot for where it is you wish to be? Or does your body need to remind you of what it is that it knows you wish to be? because that is a flight or fight response. But the question is, what's it fighting? Your lack of willingness? Or the fact that you have not decided? Even though, for what controls it, it thinks that you have already decided. For it would be the one thing that you would be disappointed about. That you are not doing. That is what the actions that your body is showing you. Trying to send you a message and remind you. There's something that in your heart of hearts you wish to do. And no peace until you do for what it is within that heart of hearts you have decided you wish to do. Looking beyond that, you even notice the signals your body's giving you when it does that. What is that childhood dream? What is that one thing that you wish to do? Give a little challenge to you. When it is that you are doing such thing as this. This feeling when you are not doing such things as this. Find out if that stays or goes. You want to have a little scientific experiment? You should see how that goes. So looking beyond. Apparently, your body knows. But does your mind yet? Maybe you might want to align that. For a house that is divided cannot stand. So looking beyond. Have you ever considered amongst your life looking beyond? Or is this something beyond? For what it is you pay attention to? Or is this just information that happens to pass you? I wonder what it is. Looking beyond. What if you could accomplish anything? Would it be looking beyond for what it is that you are now that you wish to see? No matter what that might be. What in your life do you wish to see? Look beyond, and these things can be. But if it is that you do not, then how far can you get? How happy can it be that you can be? If you do not even know amongst your life what the portrait of what you wish it to be. Amongst for what is your mind. Your body knows that you are not doing it. Whatever it is that you happen to decide. Why not listen to for what is your body telling you? For it gives you signals, just like it's talking to you. So look beyond and choose for what it is you wish to do. And your body will be more than willing. Especially if it is that you're one. That when it is you happen to do nothing, you feel depressed when you do nothing. You realize what that is, right? Your body telling you that you should be doing something, but you haven't decided it yet. Or you've decided and you've chosen not to. That is your body's alert system. Just like an alarm when someone opens the door that shall not be in the door. So why do you let your doubt enter that door? Take the key and lock it out. Know for what your body is trying to keep out. Your lack of what it is that you think you cannot do. These feelings are only there to help guide you. Not to cripple for what it is you can do. For at this point, amongst this, a great example of what I've been speaking about the whole time. I've been speaking of this. You are looking at a past situation. You are not looking beyond for what is the situation. You are too focused upon the problem. So you cannot find the solution when it is. The only thing you see is the problem. Look beyond, and it will be gone. But until such times as this, how can you combat something you do not know how to beat? Unless you think of something at a time it has yet to beat. For it cannot be there upon the fact when you look forward. It can only be in the present, not forward. But look forward. Yes, you must live upon the present. But I'm not speaking of time. I'm speaking of past. You wish to have an example of what I mean? You see this right here? That? Or, you see this? Why can't you do that with situations? Pretty simple as that. But looking beyond, I know ways to do such things. For many situations can be hard to see past for what it is. But first, to do such things, you must accept it for what it is. But also, look for something that is beyond for what it is. In fact, many that get counseling for depression, what's the one thing they tell you to do? They get you focused off of the situation. Beyond the situation. Not to be fixated upon something that you cannot control. But start looking for things that amongst that you can control. Look beyond a situation that happens to be something that you do not like and you wish not to see. Look for the solution to make it no longer be. For what it is that happens to be the situation that amongst that plagues you and makes you wish that it wasn't the way that it is, but looking past it is the only way to change for what it is upon that day. For if you do nothing and fixate yourself upon that, you do nothing. So how can you change such things as that? So look beyond for what it is that happens to be the situation, no matter what it is that happens to be this. And upon the time you do such things as this, no weapon formed against you shall prosper when it is you do this.